Yo!
Hello!
It's been a while.
It has, that's why we're talking over each other.
Welcome to WWLeeTV. And here is my good friend Ricky, who you all know from Black, White, Soul.
Yes, indeed, and thank you for pointing at me for those audio listeners out there.
Yeah, you can see me point. You know I'm pointing with my words. Oh, how you been?
Yeah, it's been a crazy few months. We haven't done this since the Survivor Series.
No.
So we're looking to get this back up and running.
Back up and running. Because we're in a more exciting time of year now, I guess. It definitely got better on Monday night, put it that way, with Raw. But we are back, and it's the first one of the new year, so hopefully we can keep this consistent going forward. So, man, some ups and downs from pretty much Sunday.
Yeah, let's let you go with it then.
Yeah.
So, FASTLANE. So you didn't watch the pre-show, did you?
No, didn't
No.
watch. No.
So on the pre-show was a really, I thought it was really good. Kalisto versus Alberto Del Rio again, but I think this was actually one of their best matches they had. It was 2 out of 3 falls, and they did the hill thing I like, where he attacked him with a chair, so he lost the first fall, but then he easily got another pin. And his absolutely stupid, awful finish, he did it in a way that made absolute sense. Like, he'd put Kalisto just on the rope, and then literally just swung him to the side, and then just did it straight away. He didn't, like, stand on the top rope with them going, oh, I need to pull myself up. Oh, there's no way to avoid this double foot stomp if I just let go. Just lay down.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
No. But Kalisto went over. I'm surprised since Sin Cara's back that they've let him keep the US title since he's shown as a tag team. But I think this is something that Alberto asked for himself, because in an interview he said he wanted to do for Kalisto what Rey Mysterio did for him when he came in.
Oh, cool.
And put him over. So we'll see what they do with Kalisto after this. But that was a really good thing on the pre-show. And then we got into the main show itself.
The main show.
Which started off with the female tag match.
They did. And that was Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte.
No.
Charlotte, sorry.
No. Tamina and Naomi.
Sorry, Tamina and Naomi.
Because, you know, she's a
worst Divas music ever. She's not amazing.
Yeah.
She's mediocre.
And it was a fine match. Don't really have much to say about it. It was just filler for Becky and Sasha to keep them going. Yeah. Anything to actually say?
Not really. All I've wanted for a while now is a real good, like, it should be called women's title, but Divas title feud. Yeah. But we've finally got that going into WrestleMania now by the looks of it. I really, really want a Divas Championship match on a WrestleMania. Just a women's single match. So it looks like we're finally heading that way, but I couldn't really get into the whole tag team thing because we see it week in, week out on Raw.
Yeah, it'd been on for quite a few weeks and just sort of different formats, and wasn't much story to it, really.
But that kind of set the pattern for most of the evening for me.
Considering I believe the next match was Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler.
Yep.
Which, in looking at it, was actually a really good, hard-fought match, but we've seen it twice a week. If you watch SmackDown, or I watch the highlights, I don't actually watch the whole show. I'm not crazy.
Who'd do that?
It's been on week after week with just nothing. No build. Just they match, and one loses, then the other one loses.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Owens got the title off Ambrose, so I think Owens looks a lot better with a title. But again, fine match, but don't care.
No, I was saying in one of my previous videos that it's like one of the longest running feuds without any real story or a video package in sight, so I couldn't really get into it.
Because, you know, in like the 4 weeks building up to this, we couldn't have at least had like a Kevin Owens promo in the ring.
Yeah.
Like him sort of, I finally got the title back, you're not getting this, Ziggler. Something to raise
get your teeth into. Yeah. I don't know, it just seems like a gap filler, or they just can't think of any story.
I know, which is just disgusting, because I love Kevin Owens. He's phenomenal, he came in strong, he's a fantastic worker, and fantastic mic and personality, which was shown on WWE's YouTube, because they did after the pay-per-view, they quite often do a little interview with someone, and I think it was Rich Brennan was in the back and found a potted plant, and was just like, I'm trying to find Owens, looks behind the potted plant, and there's Owens laying on the back laying down behind this sort of thing, and he's like, I had to go all the way to that production truck to find that, so people would leave me alone. And then he's just like, oh my god, my head hurts so much from getting so many kicks. And then, like, there's just some banging and stuff in the background, and he's, like, playing it up, just, like, going, will you shut up? My head hurts! And he's just, like, berating Rich, is like, takes the mic off him, and he's like, what are you doing? I've just been in a hard-fought match. You're making me hold my own mic. You hold the mic. Oh. I'll send you a link to it after.
Yeah, I need to see this.
Yeah, but this guy shows so much personality, but it's on a throwaway thing on YouTube.
And he also has another feud going on. Is it building towards something, do you reckon? Michael Cole. He taunts him every time.
It is, and again, if you go to the YouTube, they've done a few weekly interviews with him in the last few months, and I don't know, I think it's just it's the thing, like Kevin Owens just getting some sort of being given absolutely nothing, but still managing to get some sort of story and personality over just with these Michael Cole things.
Yeah.
Like the best one was, I think, the Rumble, where he got thrown over the desk and was like climbing up and just grabbing Michael Cole to get up, and
oh, he's good, and he needs to be in the main event.
Deserves so much more. Let's just bring Sami Zayn up, and let's just have that feud.
Yeah. Just
leave them alone to just do their thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they could definitely do some main event pay-per-views. Definitely. But hopefully we won't have to wait too long for that to happen.
No. We might not be running in order here, but the Wyatts versus the Titans of the WWE.
No, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if you remember, I went to the loo when this match came on.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the loo for like hours, so I was like, I'll go now, because I just don't care about this match. And
you didn't miss anything.
Didn't miss anything, and did it build towards anything going forward? No, it did not.
I don't think anyone saw Ryback winning this match, or cared for Ryback winning this match. Which, it's just, it's confusing. Like, these three characters, the Titans, are just dead. Kane has done nothing, Big Show does nothing, and Ryback is, I don't know, trying to look more like Goldberg by wearing panties now instead of a singlet.
Yeah.
Maybe him and Bo Dallas, like, just had a switch.
Yeah, complete switch. I wear that, you wear that, just so you can be like Goldberg. Yeah, I mean, I just didn't care about it.
And well, I don't know, I thought they were really hot on Braun Strowman, but his team lost. Bray literally just got kicked out the way. Yeah, so
I think they've given up on that Braun Strowman push idea, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
Because it looked like they were going to stick him in some sort of big match at WrestleMania, but no. I think he needs more time. He's way too green. He's clumsy. He's a big guy, but that doesn't mean that he needs to be in the main events, Vince. Please.
Exactly. Let's look through Undertaker's previous WrestleMania opponents, and just big doesn't equate good.
It doesn't. It doesn't. He's way too clumsy. Titus, again, he's clumsy. It's just...
Well, he's so clumsy, he grabbed Vince McMahon's.
Yeah, he's very clumsy. He's got his 60-day suspension clumsy.
And that's reduced. Oh.
But yeah, I couldn't really get my teeth into that at all, because I don't really like anyone in that match.
No.
Bray and Luke are really good.
I do, but again, I just don't care about him anymore. Like, what has Bray actually done since he's come to the WWE?
Well, he's had 2 big WrestleMania matches, and that's it. He hasn't held gold. He had John Cena the first WrestleMania he did, and he had Undertaker last year, and in between...
He's lost, like, every single feud he's been in, he's lost.
Yeah.
Apart from one, he sort of won over Dean Ambrose, thanks to Dean Ambrose not understanding to unplug a TV before you hit someone with it.
When was the last singles match he had?
No, it wasn't involved in the... What the hell was he doing? Like, so most this year, he was in this really annoying... Reigns and Ambrose dual feud.
Yep. And
what the hell did he do at the end of the year? I have no idea what he's done sort of since then.
That's exactly it. It's hard. It's sad to say that everything he's done since Taker is forgettable.
Yeah.
And he hasn't had any gold around his waist.
Nope. So when he's like going out there going, oh man, I'm eating worlds and titans licking like chocolate and...
When he first come in, I really listened to his promos, because I thought, this is really going to lead somewhere. It's deep. This could be a really good feud, whoever it is. but they're just empty now to me.
Yeah, he doesn't
They're
have
just-
anywhere to go with them, and they're just like, oh, we can just chuck him out to fill TV time, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I just can't get behind that. They're not behind it, so I can't get behind it.
No.
So yeah, that was just a match that happened, and then I come back from the loo.
Yeah. Then AJ versus Jericho. I know some people are down on it, like a bit slow.
Who's
but
down on it?
some people thought the match was a bit slow, mainly because they know what AJ's like in Japan. But again, like, this dude's been in the company for a month.
Yeah.
He's only worked a couple of people, probably even on like house shows. He's probably only had a time to adjust to a certain couple of people, and I'm just so glad Jericho's literally like taken him under his wing and is just like, because I was so worried they were just going to like bury AJ from when he came in.
Yeah.
But Jericho's allowed them to actually treat him like a star.
He does the honours for a lot of people, Jericho, and you've got to give him that. I mean, and if you think about how long he's been going now, nearly 20 years in the WWE, plus all the years he's done in Japan and Mexico, he's consistently good.
Yeah.
He's put on a little bit of weight, but he's consistently good. And I love that match. To be honest, I think that was the match of the night for me. They're both their in-ring styles really complement each other, and now they're best friends. I don't know if you've seen that Step Brothers meme.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, this is absolutely good, fine, and I've really enjoyed how this storyline as it's built, and Jericho has just been so good at like being subtle, almost heel. So that's my sort of positive of the night.
Yeah.
On to the negatives, more of them. The Edge and Christian segment.
Oh,
like, I thought this was fine. New Day came out, Edge and Christian came out, they had a bit of like banter, there was some old school references, and that was absolutely fine. And I thought it was going to end up with like Edge and Christian like calling out the Usos or someone to then just like beat down the New Day, something like that. But no, it turns into Edge and Christian kind of name dropping the League of Unextraordinary Gentlemen, and they come out awkwardly, but then as soon as they come out, Edge and Christian like turn on them.
They do impressions
and then join in with the New Day because they're now buddy. This is a poorly done segment, and was just literally like, we need to put them on the card somewhere.
Yeah, it was just a gap filler. It didn't lead anywhere, and I was hoping it would lead perhaps somewhere, maybe to set up some sort of WrestleMania TLC, just something. But it was nothing, and it was a waste of time.
Exactly, it should just been on the pre-show.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And I warn you now, I did watch the WWE Network Edge and Christian show that totally doesn't reek of awesomeness.
Oh.
It has its moments, and a couple of bits did make me laugh, but the segment and that show were very similar in some respects.
Oh.
It's very sort of childish and pointless, and
well, maybe that's what Edge and Christian always were, but because we were 15 years younger, we got over with us.
Yeah, maybe it's just our age. We were 15 when they were in the wrestling ring, but now we're 30 and...
Hey, speak for yourself.
You ain't far off. We're nearly in March, dude.
Hey, I'm still in my 20s. That's what counts.
I'm young at heart. But yeah, I didn't enjoy that. That was such a disappointment. And I really do expect more from Edge and Christian purely because of who they are. But, disappointing.
And then, speaking of disappointing, we had R-Truth versus Curtis Axel. In fairness, I love the Social Outcasts. They're given, like, nothing but they work with it.
Yeah.
And I've actually... They've been immature and stupid, but I've enjoyed the R-Truth and Goldust segments. It's just something different on Raw. It's a nice little palate cleanser.
Yeah, it's just something a bit different. A comedic act.
But did we need this on a pay-per-view when it was like a 1 minute match and Goldust costs him the match, sort of?
We didn't need that. And I think if you were going to put them out, just cut that Edge and Christian thing by 2 or 3 minutes and at least let them have some ring time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, I don't know. If they're only putting them in minute matches every week, what's the point?
Yep, so again, that was a thing.
Yeah.
And our main event, which I think was actually a really good match, and I liked the match.
It was good. I think I shouldn't have gone into it thinking of that Rollins, Lesnar and Cena match.
Yeah.
I really thought, this could be just like that triple threat match, but it didn't quite live up to it. I shouldn't have gone into it expecting so much more, but I did enjoy it.
And you just your little heart of hearts had just started really getting behind Ambrose.
My Daniel Bryan is gone, so my next choice is Dean Ambrose, and yeah, as Ricky says, in my heart of hearts, I kind of expected it. I shouldn't have expected it. I should have just known that.
But they've given you, like they've done with Daniel Bryan so many times, they've given you just enough to just hope.
Yeah.
The the Royal Rumble moment.
Yeah.
The focus on Dean Ambrose in the last few weeks.
Yeah. And they took it away.
Yeah. Yeah. In fairness, I thought this was a really good match. The only issue I really had with the match was Roman Reigns. Like, he's just been beaten up. He's been in the Kimura, which he's freakishly strong to lift up Brock Lesnar. That's an impressive feat.
That is.
You can't take it away from the guy. But, like, you've just had that done. Then Ambrose wailed on him with a chair, and he hits a spear, and then he's like, yay, I'm champion, almost heading that way.
Yeah.
Like, Sal, for God's sake!
Yeah.
Like, you've been hit by chairs and stuff. Like, you can look strong, you can fight through the pain and hit that spear and get that pin. But afterwards, show that you've actually gone through something, not just, that was easy.
Yeah, yeah. And for Lesnar, who only has 2 moves, is still entertaining as anything.
Yeah.
He's just a scary dude.
Oh.
And with Reigns, I'm not too bothered, but with Ambrose, he's a lot smaller, and he just doesn't care
Oh my
about
god,
him.
just like when he just deadlifted him from the floor and was just holding him like a baby.
Yeah.
It's
It's scary. I'm scared for Ambrose, and with the top stars that are out at the minute with injuries, I just don't look at the screen when he's got Ambrose in his arms. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, so that was Fastlane. It had 2 good matches, with one with a disappointing finish. You had one okay match, but we've seen it too much, and then just the rest of it was just meh.
Yeah, it was just meh. Nothing of any real relevance happened that was leading into WrestleMania. The show's called Fastlane, so I kind of expected some real stuff to go down heading into WrestleMania, but Fastlane took a wrong turn and didn't do anything of significance, and the only thing that really happened was Reigns winning his match, which leads to the main event of Mania, but everything else you could have not watched. And
In fairness, we should have known that from the beginning. Because the first thing we saw of this year's Fastlane was Eva Marie being the poster person.
Yeah.
And that just says it all.
That says it all.
It's like, look, there's Eva Marie's face, this is going to be shit.
Yeah, that's fair. If I ever see Eva Marie now promoing an event, there.
Oh my god, please
much.
don't use her for WrestleMania.
Oh. No.
Right, but let us get into Raw. We'll do it out of order just to save suspense.
Let's just say, before we get into Raw, I went to bed that night really disappointed, and I was really worried about WrestleMania. I thought, what am I going to do? I obviously want to watch it, but I was just terrified that I'm going to have to sit there for 4 hours and watch an awful event. But we go into Raw.
Yes. Okay, let's continue from the pay-per-view what actually led on to the main show. R-Truth and Goldust, from having a match on the pay-per-view, and this angle led to a backstage skit where R-Truth pushed a cake in his face. Yep. Good.
Very good.
And
yeah, the chocolate on yellow.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, that must take him like an hour or so to do that face paint.
Yeah.
Just for it to get cake pushed into it.
Yeah.
And then right, time to hit the showers.
Very subtle race thing in there as well, with the chocolate and the gold.
Nice. Oh, he licked it.
Oh, I know.
Hope that face paint tastes alright.
Yeah. So that was that.
Right, my worst thing about Raw is the Intercontinental Champion retained on the pay-per-view. What did he do on Raw, Lee?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he wasn't even there.
No. I did look into this because I thought maybe he might have an injury. You know, he's Intercontinental Champ, he's not on Raw. But I haven't heard anything.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
Ugh.
I don't really know what to say about that.
Yeah.
It's just ludicrous. When you get someone getting a pie shoved in their face and we don't get Owens, you do worry.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah.
Let's go about women. So we basically had Sasha and Becky and Naomi and Tamina do a thing again.
Yeah. Oh, I hate them. I hate them so much.
But thankfully that led to them winning, and then Charlotte coming down. I think Charlotte has really embraced this heel role.
Oh, definitely.
Ric Flair is just mental.
I think he had like 50 espressos before that.
Just like,
What is this arm
need
thing
to keep
all about?
touching my arms. It's because they don't let a microphone near him now, so he just needs to show
It's probably a bad idea.
Exactly. He'll get JR fired again.
Yeah. Your fault, JR.
JR! I don't work for you. You're hired. Now you're fired.
Yeah. That's I do like Charlotte.
But the point of this promo I found a bit weird. It was like, you two shouldn't trust each other. It's like, no, they shouldn't. Becky's already been betrayed. Well, actually, she's been betrayed by Sasha Banks in NXT.
Yeah. She's
been betrayed by Paige. She's been betrayed by Charlotte. No, she shouldn't trust Sasha now. But like Charlotte was like, there's a thing. It's like, no, they knew this. They were just like enemies that had to team up to take down a greater threat.
Yeah.
So that fell a bit flat. But thank God we're just okay. Let's get something going with these three now. Triple threat for Mania. That's what I want.
Yeah, I'm just glad Charlotte retained the FASTLANE. Bree's a bit of a colossal fuck up.
Oh, that was
bless her heart.
Painful. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is good things. This is exactly what I wanted with the Divas Championship going into Mania. An actual feud for the title. We haven't had it in like 8 years. So, crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right, tag division. Our champions, the New Day, versus the team of Lucha Dragons and Neville. This was actually a really fun match, and the crazy 450 off the apron to the outside, and then Kalisto comes along and there's a 450 off of Neville's back. It was just mental, and I loved it.
I think Vince must have seen my video because he put Neville on Raw. So.
Yeah!
A week after my video, what can I say?
I know. We found him.
We found him.
Maybe Vince did forget who he was. We're like, where is Neville?
Where is that British guy? Yeah. He does wear suits and glasses backstage. He really does. Oh, it's just some guy.
So we didn't get much storyline there, but we did get a little bit of storyline later with the Usos. Who did they face, Lee?
They faced... Oh my god, my memory is awful. My short-term memory is awful.
It's not awful, it's just that nobody cared because it was the Ascension.
Right,
but
those guys.
That wasn't what mattered. Afterwards,
they didn't even get an entrance.
No, they didn't. They don't have an entrance anymore. But afterwards, Dudley's come out and they sort of continue to antagonise the Usos. They brought up Rikishi, so might be some involvement there, but...
Yeah.
I am a bit... Are we just going to have two tag team storylines going on? Well, can't say the New Day are really in a storyline, but they keep facing people.
They do.
Or I hope this all like comes together in like a 4-team TLC, or like a tables match would make sense.
And they did drop Rikishi's name a couple of times in this segment, so maybe bring him back from like a nostalgia act for Mania with his sons. That'd be quite cool. But yeah, a 4-team thing would be good. Throw a ladder in the equation. I don't know. Just I think they're doing something.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the Dudleys and their non-tables policy.
Oh, I like it. Like I liked heels. It was the thing that the Dudleys were getting cheered for, so they took it away.
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic heel work.
They've been heels before and put people through tables and just as entertaining and just as good heels.
Yeah, but it was the only thing they were getting
table.
They did. They did.
Yeah.
She made them do it. She slapped Bubba until he did it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not too bad. It wasn't too bad a segment.
Yeah, we're still gonna wait and see where they go with this. Next week, maybe we'll actually get some sort of direction for a tag belts.
Yeah, because we'll be a month off from Mania come then. So yeah.
AJ and, well, as you brought up earlier, the stepbrothers meme is going around of AJ and Chris Jericho of, wait, did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, they teamed up against the Social Outcasts. It's fine. I'm not sure if this is now just like a second swerve and then Jericho will go full heel, or if it was just, that was it. He was just getting a bit bitter.
He's always been on the verge of, like the last few years, he's always just being on the verge of looking like he's going to turn heel and doesn't.
Well, it's like with this, when he teamed up with Ambrose and Reigns. Just a little shoulder bulge afterwards.
Yeah.
But I would really like these two to like pair up with Kevin Owens.
Ooh.
And just get like a triple threat IC title match, or maybe you could put some more. You could make it a bigger thing.
I'm kind of hoping, to be honest, that Kevin Owens and AJ have a match for the title.
Oh yeah,
at Mania. That's where I want it to go.
yeah.
But yeah.
But I think we've got Jericho's around. I think he's around to Mania, so you've got to put him somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think they could work good, and then it could break off into Owens and AJ.
Got plenty of time for that. And then if Sami Zayn does come on the main roster, God, just imagine that.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, AJ Styles.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Oh,
all in the equation there. But yeah.
Hey, Roman Reigns, you should watch a Sami Zayn match. It's selling.
Selling's a thing.
It gets sympathy.
Yeah.
Like, the same reason, like, Superman's a smug git was because he's like, I'm amazing. So,
they definitely went for the sympathy at the end of Raw, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, right, let's go on to our Raw opening, which was the Vincent J. McMahon Excellent Amazing
Wonderful.
Award of Wonderfulness, which he was going to award to Stephanie. And then here comes the money, money, dollar.
I kind of thought when they were mentioning this over the last few weeks on Raw, I thought this is going to lead to something. This isn't just going to be an award. Well done, goodbye. I deep down I knew this was going to lead to something big, but never did I imagine that it was Shane McMahon that was going to come out.
No, he's the last person I saw returning, because I
Yeah.
thought he was doing well off in the sort of...
Business,
Yeah,
China, wherever he is,
I've got
South
all
America.
that business to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he comes out, and he's 46 years old, but he's still got the moves. He's still got the...
He can still wiggle and dance.
Wiggle and
to the ring
dance.
in Air Jordan pumps.
Yeah, and I don't think he was even expecting that reaction there, because he got him emotional. He was sweating, and he was it was awesome.
Yep.
And he hadn't even started speaking yet, and I was enjoying it.
And then I don't know how scripted he is, but he was allowed to bring up stuff like stock going down, ratings going down, pinning it on course on Stephanie, even though it's not really her fault.
Yeah.
So it's like that weird mix we get with wrestling, where it's that reality and storyline start merging.
Yeah. I'm going to get to that a little bit later, but yeah, that's so they start talking about that, and then it basically comes down to, she doesn't know, does she? You've got to tell her. And then it basically comes out that Shane done Vince a huge favour a few years ago because he got himself in big trouble, and at some point he will come knocking with his favour, and that would be that he would take over Monday Night Raw.
And it has something to do with a lockbox that Vince wants.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what you thought of that at the end. But there's a lockbox. I also want to know what's in the lockbox. So, and then Vince says, right, you can have Monday Night Raw, but you've got to have a match. And I kind of thought maybe they'll chuck it in at the end of Raw. But he points to the WrestleMania sign. And then I've got goosebumps kick in. And never did I expect him to say it would be against The Undertaker.
In hell, in a cell.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was rattled. I couldn't believe it. They went above and beyond my expectations of what I actually thought was going to happen. That was a major swerve. Bravo.
That's the thing. Like,
WWE.
The biggest thing was this was a shock. No one saw it coming. After some reflection of this, I really don't know how much I want to see actually a Shane versus Undertaker match.
Oh, I do.
Really?
Oh, I am completely behind it because it's something that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
It's refreshing as hell to get something like this. It's a flashback to the Attitude Era. It's edgy. It's reality based, and there's an element of reality in what they were saying with their issues, and you can kind of feel that. And I think it's just really exciting not knowing what's going to happen in this match.
Yeah.
Can Shane go? What Taker going to say next week when he's on Raw about this whole thing that he's been put into without even asked about it? It's in a Hell in a Cell. We all know what Shane's like when he's in these sorts of matches. I'm completely behind it.
But again, those matches were like 12, 13 years ago.
They were a long time ago.
He's
older
not
now.
a spring chicken.
He's not.
Taker's not a spring chicken like he was.
No.
Like, Shane did do some crazy stuff. I don't know if he can do that sort of crazy stuff. Can he carry an Undertaker-type match?
I think Undertaker can carry Shane, but I think what Shane lacks in wrestling skills, he makes up for in those oh my god moments. And he is a McMahon.
But can he pull off
and
those
he's got
oh
crazy,
my god moments?
Crazy in the gene. So whether he can pull them off or not, I don't think he'll ask himself that question.
Yeah.
He'll just do it. And then think of the problem after. But I am completely behind this. This is the most exciting thing about WrestleMania.
It is a hugely exciting storyline. I'm very excited to see where it goes. I'm not 100% sold on this match, but stuff could change for that as well.
Is that because of the story or the competitors, or is
the story? I'm fine with. Like, it is just like Shane versus Taker, and like I partly did have my heart like set on like a Kevin Owens Undertaker because I thought that'd be a really good match, and I thought it would really elevate Owens. Yeah. And this is something which we're struggling with. Is WrestleMania is usually fantastic, but then what about after? Like, what benefit does it truly have to Shane to fight the Undertaker?
The benefit right now is I think their back is up against the wall, and for some reason WWE have started a trend every year where they really drop the quality and then raise it in a bit of panic right before WrestleMania kicks in. And I think this is a long nights and a lot of drinking over ideas about how they can make this WrestleMania season even better than the last one, and they seem to do this every year now. They take us on a major swerve.
I feel this is almost a problem.
It is a problem.
Because it would be so much better if you've got these guys returning, use them to elevate the guys you have. If you use them like an Undertaker to raise an Owens, hopefully it's going to happen with Ambrose against Brock. That's a big thing to pull him up.
Yeah.
And Triple H, I believe, is probably going to do his damnedest to try and get Reigns up there, but he's going to fail. But just a lot of these guys just coming and then going, and then we'll take sort of the fans who came and watched us with us.
Yeah. I completely understand that. And I kind of thought when they first started talking about the match that they would have Shane in the corner of someone.
How less excited would you be if Vince, instead of saying Undertaker and Hell in the Cell, said, we're gonna find representatives over the next few weeks to, like, me and you, the company is on the line, and it's sort of, the storyline is like who you're gonna find to actually represent you. So it could have them sort of like tying in current stars. You could have Vince getting a whole menagerie of people.
I would have been excited. But I think it was the fact that it was more of a complete surprise that it's Shane versus Taker. I mean, when have you ever seen that? And the Hell in a Cell, when would you ever expect that happening? But I definitely would have been excited about who he might have selected, definitely. But WWE being WWE, I don't think they would have picked Kevin Owens just quite yet.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But I never say never.
Yeah.
Because this isn't going to be Taker's last WrestleMania match. He won't have his last ever match be against Shane McMahon. So there's always next year for Owens. But there is an issue there. That Taker needs to put over this younger talent. Definitely.
Like, because I still feel a Shane and Vince thing with other people involved is enough of a spectacle itself.
Yeah. That
you could then have another high match of an Undertaker match. Again, in its own bubble, and they're both two big things. Since they're together, that's like leaves a space for something that's less exciting.
Yeah. But it's a tough one. Because it's, you've got, like, say, the IC champ, Kevin Owens. Do you just put him in the match and not have him defend his belt at Mania? Who else can you put in that's worthy, sort of thing? But
Well, that's the thing. You make them worthy through having this match.
Mm.
You give Kevin Owens just like Undertaker ignores him, and you just have like Kevin Owens for weeks just trying to like track down the Undertaker, trying to like force him into this match, and then just like CM Punk and Taker, it didn't really have anything on the line, but it just was really good, and I think it like really looks good on Punk, sort of going one-on-one with him.
Definitely.
Or you bring up a Finn Balor, and like his first match is against Taker, and it's a respect angle.
I think maybe if they'd started this 3 or 4 weeks ago, Ricky's idea, it would have definitely have worked. But I think what they've happened is they've had that big negative reaction post FASTLANE. They've got 100,000 seats to sell. They might not be selling quite as well as they had hoped. They thought, well, what puts bums in seats?
I don't think FASTLANE had much to do with it.
Goddamn crazy match. It might not have. It might not have, but I don't think that they ignored the reaction.
Yeah, I think that would have changed some plans, but like, I think this Shane thing was in the works. Right, you wouldn't have just suddenly made him appear out of nowhere in like 12 hours.
No, because we were saying Monday night, like you might have even been preparing for this for a couple of months to get in ring shape. He might be ready to go. But it did seem to me like that. I don't know. There was just all this sudden creative shift Monday night.
Yeah,
that come out of nowhere for some reason, almost overnight. But we could. That's something that we're never going to know because it's probably between Vince's in a circle.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we'll just have to sort of see where it goes. But no, that was a big shocking moment.
Yeah, that's this match of the night for me. Oh,
and the main event,
Dean Ambrose and Brock
yes,
Lesnar.
Of course.
Another match that I'm really.
I like the fact they started off the show with a little Facebook video.
Finally, a backstage segment
of Brock just throwing Ambrose, F5 him on a car.
Yeah. This is the point I'm trying to make. Like, if you've really got a beef with someone like that, you don't just wait to get by ringside to do it. You do it when you see him. If you're really that angry with him, do it in the car park.
But then also this gives Ambrose like drives out in the ambulance. He comes back after getting sent to hospital. He's like hurt as hell from it, but he's selling. But this like also gives him a chance to rest. Like, despite his selling and the F5 on the car, he's not in a match. He's not doing like crazy bumps. So he's had like a night where you've gotten him over as like a really tough guy without him having to go out and perform a 20-minute match in this era of injuries.
Yeah,
like
and then Brock attacking him. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, the treading on the face, that was harsh.
Yeah. And then followed by the F5 on the concrete. Ouch. But it definitely got me more excited for this, and I'm glad because I was saying to Ricky during the main event at Fastlane, if Dean obviously doesn't win this, I just hope that they give Dean a worthy match going into WrestleMania. And obviously Brock Lesnar is a superstar.
It's worthy.
It's a worthy match.
This is going to raise his stock, and then like after WrestleMania, when the part-timers go, like who else is in that title picture apart from Ambrose?
Yeah, exactly. You've got the going into the summer there. You've got Dean. His stocks are raised. You could have Dean, Roman.
But then we've got the exciting thing of actual people returning from all these injuries.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a feeling that maybe SummerSlam time, or maybe earlier, Reigns and Ambrose will be in a match and Rollins will return, and then you've got the Shield, all three of them going for the title. That would be awesome for SummerSlam. Triple threat for the title. All those three. Wow.
But yeah, I'd say this is pretty much where we are on our road to WrestleMania. It's literally the first step along the way.
It is. But
after like the complete sort of shock of that, the Triple H and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Reigns is in a match which I don't remember who is fighting.
It was Sheamus.
Oh, that's the guy.
Sheamus. But yeah.
But then afterwards,
all out. They went for sympathy here.
They did.
We're going to completely break your nose, Roman, over and over again. And there was blood everywhere. Now, do you think that was real blood?
Yes.
Because there's been this video going around that I've seen. I have to send you the link, where Byron Saxton is seen given something to Roman. Triple H turns away. Roman puts it under his face, gives Triple H the nod and hands it back
Oh, really?
to Byron Saxton.
Okay, so
And the
fake blood.
cameras kept, the WWE cameras stayed on Triple H, but this fan,
Yeah.
obviously, was right over the shoulder of everything happening. So people were thinking it might have been a blade job or it might have been a blood capsule, but that was a bloody big blood capsule if it was.
I would actually be more happy if it was a blood capsule.
Yeah. But whatever it is, it means that there's some sort of creative shift going on at the minute. Because that whole Raw was edgier. From the fact you've got like Triple H.
Well, Vince McMahon dropping the.
Yeah, you've got the blood at the end. You've got Triple H dropping the F-bomb. Just this whole creative shift and this reality feel to what was going on that night. And whether it was just going to last for this WrestleMania season, or maybe it's Shane's decisions coming into play already. Like, I'm back. This is what I think we need to do.
Yeah, I don't know how much he's actually a back office guy at this point in time.
Yeah, I know.
Because if he was actually in the company in a corporate sense, that would already be sort of known.
Yeah.
So he's literally just come back as an on-screen character at the moment.
At the moment, that we know of. But we could contemplate that for hours.
Yeah.
But I just like the whole feel of Raw. It completely changed things for me in the space of 24 hours. So
I am a bit confused by that main event segment. Because how on earth is that going to make Roman Reigns a babyface?
It's complete. Well, you said they try and go for a sympathy thing with Roman for us to cheer about him, and it completely done the opposite.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my god, he busted Roman open. Hell yes.
Triple H is a badass.
He's got his old music, he's got his jeans and his leather jacket. It's Triple H. It's nostalgia. It's the real Triple H. So we're obviously going to be like, hell yes. I think it's exactly what happened on Monday night.
I would really like if this set up for like a Triple H like face turn. Like he's like, you know what? I'm happy with what I'm doing with NXT. Roman, you have taken a beating from me. I sort of respect you. And he's sort of like, I'd much prefer him like when he was a face GM. Like, I'm just so sick of this like evil authority.
Yeah.
Like, it would be nice just to have something different.
Well, that they can make this work for them because I guarantee it. Smart marks galore. Yeah. Thousands of them at the end of WrestleMania are going to boo Roman if he wins that belt. And they turn the tables. You make Triple H face and Roman heel.
Oh, that would make so much sense. I've been like, they should have done it last year at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I
really think they should have had like Roman Reigns, like Paul Heyman turn on Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns hit him.
Literally, the guy is dressed from head to toe in black. He could make an awesome bad guy. He's got the look. You can have him brooding in quietness, and he hasn't got to say much.
And then, especially like with my idea from the WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar, you'd then have Heyman with
I would
Reigns,
have Heyman with Reigns,
and he could just teach Roman Reigns so much.
Yeah, because Brock Lesnar's gone for a while after WrestleMania. So what do you do with Heyman? You put him with Reigns, and Paul Heyman could pass so much wisdom onto Roman Reigns in the space of 6 months. On the build to like SummerSlam, that we get a completely different Reigns come SummerSlam. Rollins returns, boom, natural heel and face turn. It's so many
I think
ideas.
they're just so well, especially with Cena's injury. They're so scared. We need John Cena 2.0, but that's not Reigns. He's just not in his personality or his nature.
I just don't know why they're trying to make another John Cena. You need to make a new.
Because he makes tons of money.
I know, but what they need to make a Roman Reigns. Let's get rid of this whole. We need to make a new John Cena.
Yeah,
and make a brand.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you could have so easily had Cesaro in the main event. Ziggler so easily was in a main event. Like Miz, for God's sake, was in a main event. R-Truth is main evented.
Yeah.
You've had all these guys that you've had and you've pushed, then you're just like, nah, cut the legs out from them. Even Sheamus could have been credible if they'd handled him better. But you've got so many guys that could be top stars, but they weren't completely what the company was looking for because they're not the next John Cena. And either that, or they just got pushed aside by sort of someone coming back.
It drive you mad.
Yeah.
The decisions they make. And
their roster, I think, is one of the most talented rosters they've had in years. But the problem is, they're just not pushing them. They're not doing storylines for them. They're not listening to their ideas. They've created a locker room of fear where Titus O'Neil touched Vince McMahon's arm and got... He's missing WrestleMania. That's a huge amount of money he's losing.
2 months of pay.
And, well, it was 3 months initially. So how can you go and talk... If you like, for so much as touching him in a joking manner, you get fired, basically, for 3 months.
I know.
How are you meant to, like, come up with anything? You just sit, you duck your head, and you do what you're told, or you're screwed, like Zack Ryder.
I know. I think Titus can make this work for him. I think he can really come back with a chip on his shoulder and make this work for him. But I still think it's completely ludicrous that he got suspended for that. I think a stern talking to backstage would have sufficed.
Exactly.
I mean, all he said was ladies first. He shouldn't have quite grabbed him so hard. The man's 70 years old, but 60 days. Missing Mania, that's really quite petty. But
see, and this is why I think the AJ feud has worked. Because you've got one of the veteran guys, Jericho will just turn around and go, no, this is how it's going.
Yeah.
And that's given him a good storyline. But nobody else has that power or authority. No. John Cena has it, but he's just such the company guy that he just doesn't do it. He's just like, I'm a good boy, I'll do what I'm told.
Man. Yeah. I don't think that's a good thing sometimes.
No, but it's just in his nature. Again, like Daniel Bryan, he wasn't really one to fight. He was just like, as long as I'm wrestling, I'll do whatever I want. He even had, like, they did some sort of survey and he was like the most unambitious person in the company.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what's going on at the minute.
That's all caught up on the wrestling world itself.
Just over a month until Mania. We'll definitely try and do at least a couple more of these in between now and then. Obviously, we're just going to have to see what happens in terms of storyline, how much content we've got to talk about. But I'm looking forward to Mania now.
Yep. So let us know your thoughts and opinions, how you think things are turning out, how they've managed to turn things around from Fastlane to Monday Night Raw in like a 24-hour period, or if you think they haven't done that. Or if you're on this bandwagon of cancel the network, which even though you're mainly angry at the televised show that's not on the network.
Yeah.
But
let us know in the comments below. You've got Ricky's Twitter, Black White Soul EOD.
Yes.
You've got my Twitter, WWLeeTV.
I also have a Facebook of Black White Soul YT, because the other one's taken. And I have an Instagram as well, but that's all like connected together.
Yeah.
And of course my YouTube channel, Black White Soul.
Yeah. So I did say in my last video I'd try and do a live reaction video for WrestleMania, but I think we're going to be in Brighton watching it live with about 500 other people that night. So it might be a bit difficult filming it, but I do have my phone and I might get clips.
Yeah.
So I will try and get some of that for you guys. And more videos on the way from myself, and hopefully another podcast soon.
Boom.
Boom. Been good talking.
It has.
High five. We'll see you all soon, guys. Ciao for now.
TTFN.